Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. My name is Nurul Afika binti Rosman. I'm a first year student in Faculty in Islamic Studies. Okay, today I would like to talk about the characteristic of Islamic economic. Okay, first thing first, we go to the definition of economic and economic Islam. Okay, economic is the study of how people allocate their limited resources to satisfy their nearly unlimited ones. The another definition of economic is the science of scarcity. Okay, which means we have the unlimited ones but limited resources. Unlimited ones is like car, handphone, house, and many more, while limited resources is the money. Okay. Next, we go to the definition of economic Islam. Okay. Economic Islam is referred to the knowledge of economic or economic activities and processes in terms of Islamic principle and teachings. Islam has a set of special moral norms and values about individual and social economic behavior. Therefore, it has its own economic system, which is based on its philosophical views and is compatible with the Islamic organization of other aspects of human behavior, social and political system. So we know that economic and economic Islam are different. So without wasting any time, we go to the characteristic of Islamic economic. Okay, as we know that this characteristic distinguish the concept of ownership in Islamic economic system in capitalist and socialist economic system. In Islam, individual ownership is highly respected but not absolute. Okay, this means its use must also not conflict with Islamic law, whereas in a capitalist system, ownership is absolute and free in any way to use it. Okay, in contrast to the socialist system, the system does not recognize individual ownership. The state has full authority over everything. Okay. Okay, we go to the main point of characteristic of Islam economy. Okay, number one, economy is bound by Akidah Sharia, law and moral. Okay, in every part of our life, including in our economic activities, the connection with Akidah is very close. We know that foundation of all activities is unity, and the purpose of human being is to worship. Thus, economic activities in Islam related to Akidah and Islamic law have to religious content. Also, the Islamic economy makes moral as the central pillar. For example, we must not violate Islamic law in transaction like manipulating scale. Okay, why? Because we believe that Allah knows everything we do, and what we do must be based on the intention to worship. Okay, we also must not harm ourselves or others in daily economic activities. In addition, consumptive behavior that lead to redundant excesses, wasteful behavior is also prohibited because it is a useless thing and lead to the damage. Okay, number two of the characteristic of Islamic economy is the balance between spirituality and materiality. Okay, can a Muslim think of worldly activities? Do we always have to pray and leave other activities such as study, work? The answer is of course not, because Islam does not separate the life of the world or from the hereafter. The balance between the two is essential for the happiness of the Muslim. Allah says in Surah Al-Qasas, uh, ayah 77, uh, the meaning is, but seek through that which Allah has given you, the home of the hereafter, and yet do not forget your share of the world, and do good as Allah has done good to you, and desire not corruption in the land. Indeed, Allah does not like corruptors. Okay, we go to the number three of the characteristic of Islamic economy is justice and balance in protecting the interests of individual and society. Okay, Islam sees a balance in the social system. Islam does not recognize absolute rights and freedoms because everything has limitation, including property rights. To prosper in life, human must not sacrifice the interests of others. Okay, this is proof in Al-Quran, Surah Al-Hajj ayat 7, that Islam pays attention to the interests of individual and also society in general. This needs to be implemented in every policy by individual and institutions. This characteristic also distinguish it from the capitalist economic, which tend to emphasize individual interest, and socialist economic, which emphasize the public interest more. Okay, number four is the investment grade. The investment made must not conflict with Islamic law. There are five things can we use as guidelines in assessing investment projects. Namely, one, a project is good based on Islamic principle. Two, wealth must be distributed as broadly as possible to the community. Three, eradicates paganism, improve income and wealth. Number four, maintain and develop assets. And the lastly is protect the interests of the community. Okay, we go to the number five of the characteristic of Islamic economy is zakat. Okay, zakat is the one of economic characteristic of Islam that does not exist in other economic system. The ways that we have to essentially got property, so we need to spend this treasure to provide for the Islamic cause. The purpose of zakat is to cleanse the soul of envy, misery, and revenge. From every property that we have, not only must we pay taxes, but we are obligated to pay zakat if it reaches its limit nisab. This zakat is called zakat mal, wealth. However, the zakat fitrah must be paid by every Muslim during the month of Ramadan. Okay, we go to the lastly, the characteristic of Islamic economy is prohibition of usury. Okay, usury is riba. Okay, riba is the additional money obtained without sacrifice. For example, we lend our money, then ask for more interest when the money is returned. Islam strongly emphasizes the function of money as a means of transaction and valuation of goods, not commodities. Okay, misappropriation of money from both functions will usually cause transaction to be usury or riba. One example is bank interest. Okay, so the end of this video is we get that the six characteristic of Islamic economy above guide us to practice economy in a just and a correct way. Okay, thank you very much for watching this video.